Hey, and welcome to the show. This show is brought to you by Patreon members like you.
Thank you for being a Patreon member.
As a Patreon member, you get a video of the podcast that we put out twice a month.
Now, on with the show.
That's cool. Is that a Gladen? Yeah. Well, that's why I want that 3K, or the 30K.
Dude, this is almost the same size.
I know, but
Wow.
I want the 30K because I think the 30K would look like super sexy.
35.
Like on the wall here,
Yeah.
like where the routers are. Get rid of the routers and put the 30K there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be cool because I want a big footprint. You know, I think that'd be neat.
No, I
Good
agree.
evening.
Welcome to the show.
For those of you tuning in mid-conversation, we were just talking about big footprint amplifiers. What's up? Let us know where you're from. Let us know how everybody's doing. Chime in. Happy belated Father's Day to you. Thank you so much. What's up?
Happy to you guys.
No, I'm a fan, as you guys know. I like big footprint amplifiers. This is like the dream to have something this big on the wall. I think it's cool. I don't care whether it works or not. I just think that big piece of aluminum just is so cool.
What's up, guys? What's up?
So we were looking at some Instagram pics of Gladen, which is part of Moscone Focal Orca Group.
Mm-hmm.
They make loud stuff, so they make giant amplifiers, and they got one. And so of course, naturally, Sound Digital makes, and so does Ground Zero. Ground Zero has a monster too.
Oh yes.
But Sound Digital has a 30K, and it's like, man, I don't know if I would just want it because it's so freaking big. I like big amplifiers. Like, I know Orion HECA had like those giant, oh, those are so neat.
Bobby, happy birthday, my friend.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bobby.
Happy Father's Day, everyone.
That's
Austin,
right.
Texas, Nashville, Music City, no doubt, right? Fort Lauderdale. Woo.
Thomas.
Ho, yo, howdy. Yeah.
Carl from Manchester, UK.
I was gonna say Dallas has got Texas. It's got to be here somewhere. Is this mouse dying? What the heck?
No, it's not dying.
U.S. amps. Oh yeah, dude, I remember.
Bill.
I'm not talking
US
classic.
amps?
I'm talking old. Yeah, old. I want something new because the thing now with the new, if you think about the new amplifiers, like most of them are these like super duper class Ds. Like, you know, we've all seen.
What's
we've
up
all-
from
we've all spent
Rome?
enough time this week looking at this guy. You
I wanna
know,
go to
this is
Rome.
5,000 watts. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is no fun. This is no fun. Like, this is cool. And it's
But that's
great
funny. Like you put this one and it's like 5K, and that one was 10K, right? And it's like
well, it's about a fourth of the size.
huge. Yeah.
But my point is, it's like this is what's new, and this is cool. But I love big. I want. you
Remember
know,
Orion?
yeah. I mean, I want a big monster. My tweeters sound horrible. Ooh,
I don't
turn
know
them
why,
down.
man. Yeah. I think we need a new mouse.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I want a big, I don't know
That's
what's
horrible.
going on. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'll plug it back in. Be careful, because you don't want to bump. Gotta be real careful doing that. But that's what I'm saying. I just did a little Ground Zero setup for my customer.
DMR engineering. Oh yeah, they
Okay, not
massive.
$10,000. Very nice equipment.
Yes.
Do you guys have any feelings about them yet? So we just signed up for Ground Zero. It was purely an accident. We were working with the GZSD group, as it were, from Smash Force production side of things. So like the production company that I own and we work for is not part of 5-Star. We just work out of this area. So they're a client of ours, but not a client of 5-Stars. However, because as most things go, if there's something I like, then naturally 5-Star becomes a dealer of it. So, Paul has brought the stuff in. We haven't really had much time to do anything with it yet, but the stuff we have, obviously, we're having fun with. But
yeah,
I want a big amp. I like big amps, and I cannot lie. Exactly, Robert. Right?
wow, you just pushed.
I know. Sorry, my bad.
Bobby say his birthday is on Thursday, but I take cash or car audio equipment. Like
Marty
that.
Dean, what's up?
What's up, John?
Are you going to Knowledge Fest, Marty? Just curious. So, We talk anyone in industry and any out of industry, of course. We talk about Knowledge Fest all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The last one, GZ Group, is a bunch of great guys. Yes, they're totally great guys. So since we're talking about Ground Zero, GZ, and SD, which I'm going to be the first one to tell you, you guys all know I hate acronyms. So they kept calling it. Cool. I can't wait. Oh, good, we're going to hang out. They kept calling it GZ, and my not thinking head was like, what is GZ?
But it's weird because you always it's like it's that. That's it. It's,
I know. It's just what. But
GZ.
How do you foil Dean? Acronyms. Unless it's cuss words. I'm good with cuss word acronyms, but it's just how my mind works. But yeah, go for it. F-150. Oh yeah, FOCAL all the way. Yep. No. Crescendo 17K, satisfying big amp. Right, yeah. See, I've seen those. Aren't those the ones that EXO has? Those big orange things? Yeah, those are neat. So anyways, Knowledge Fest is going to happen. And right now, we're trying to think of something cool to do with the GZ, the Sound Digital and Ground Zero guys. And we have an idea, but it just depends on when they're planning on leaving. So they're driving... Tommy is driving from Michigan to Texas, which sucks. However, they need to make a stop in Indianapolis because they're going to pick up the Big Red. Anyways, Little Red.
Big Red, Little Red, really? Oh my God, what's his name?
Anyways, they have to stop there because his partner in crime works out in Indianapolis. So
I'm sorry.
The plan is that we may fly from Florida to Indianapolis, hop on the train of Tommy's car, and the four of us drive down to Texas. And the reason why we do that is so that we can do live shows the whole way. So all kinds of crazy content between like Texas or
Jacob. That's right. Thank you, Chris.
Jeez, I know, right?
Wow, I'm so
Jacob.
sorry.
So Jacob, Tommy, Fernando, and I in a car driving from Indianapolis to Dallas, just going crazy. Yes. Just just talk. So what we're thinking, like every hour going on, and then be able to like you guys could like send us questions and we can answer the questions, and like Jacob knows a lot about car audio, Tommy knows a lot about car audio, and we would just have like this 15 hours of content.
Mm-hmm.
How crazy would that be?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That would be nuts. That'd be insanity. And
that's a lot of Tommy Spears time. Yeah. Diago. Yeah.
So we're thinking 15 hours of nonsense on the way down to Knowledge Fest.
I'm gonna drink a lot of Coke and coffee.
I'll just don't get arrested. They're okay. I mean, hands 10 and 2, we're all good. Anyways, so that's kind of what we're working on right now. We just have to figure out when they're planning on leaving and when we can leave.
Ricardo!
Monster here.
Yeah, that's right.
Check it out. I wonder if
Mexico
he's going to be
City.
able to go to... I wonder if are you going to be able to go to Knowledge Fest? Do you even want to go to Knowledge Fest?
That's right, yeah.
You know,
because he just came back.
That's a lot of talking. It is a lot of talking, but could you imagine the fun we can have? I mean, we can, dude, Q&A for 15 hours or just talking BS. I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun. It's something I've always wanted to do. We tried to do it last year with another manufacturer, and it just never worked out.
Oh, but that's right. I'm gonna take my my salsa Valentina, chips and salsa, baby.
The whole way. Johnny, Earmark. Oh, is that the name of the company?
Earmark.
Okay, Plano, Texas. Okay, cool. I meant to call you the other night. I need to get back with you. No Pringles in the car.
Why not, man? Why not?
But so anyway, so that's the plan going to Knowledge Fest. Now, once we get to Knowledge Fest, of course, we're going to be doing stuff with them, and then we'll be doing stuff with Audio Control. Because Audio Control, I just talked to them today, and what we're going to do with Audio Control, Tommy, we were just talking about Road Trip 2020. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Dude, that was strange. We just had like a power spike here. So we just had a power spike and it shut everything off real quick. So it was really weird. Sorry about that. Anyway, so as I was talking about, we'll give everyone a minute to hop back on. I'm sorry. My bad. That was weird. Someone apparently,
Hey, what's up, Chris? Chris Bennett is saying,
which is
Out of
cool
control.
because that was the next thing we were going to talk about. So obviously we're going to be doing some fun with audio control.
That's right.
Hey, McNulty, what's going on? Nando's
Hey.
electrifying, right? Brazilians at it again. You guys are terrible. Solar flares. It's all solar flares. It's the vapor trails, the chemtrails.
Yep.
Somebody tripped over the cable. Anyways, so so that is from getting to Knowledge Fest will be, if we do that, that'll be super cool. So I'm hoping that happens. Alex! And then once we do get there, we're gonna be chilling out. Audio control. Now the most sought after, talked about 5-channel amplifier
Ooh.
in car audio, as we all know, is the 51300.
Yep.
Well, it's the LC and the D. And the fact that I got the model number right is amazing.
Yeah.
So that is like it. That is Power Spike in Louisiana.
Yeah. But that's what we're going to talk about.
We're going to
on
get our
Knowledge Fest.
hands on
Yeah.
one of those and the software
We're gonna play with it.
to play the software to control it, because right now none of that's, the amps are there and they have them, but they're just prototypes. They're like these, okay? So they're straight up prototypes. So we're gonna get the software, we're gonna get the
Playtime.
We're gonna get Matthew, we're gonna get Chris to watch over Matthew, and we're going to go through and do a whole show on the 5-channel amplifier, because we know there's tons of questions, because there's so much about it we don't know.
And a lot of
other than
people
we
ask
all,
for these
we
amplifiers.
all want
so,
one.
Yeah.
So they'll have one there, and so we're going to play with the 5-channel amplifier and answer questions. So we'll talk about it first. We'll do a live show.
Yep.
If we can't do a live show, we'll, like, if whatever, yeah, because obviously we've been at Dallas before, and we know the Wi-Fi there works pretty well. We've never had any issues before.
No, not like California.
Definitely not like California. Apparently, you need T-Mobile. So we're gonna go all in on the 5-channel amplifier, and we're just gonna film, just have a blast. So we'll do a review of it. We'll talk about it. We'll take questions on it. So it'll be a whole audio control. I don't know how we're gonna do it totally yet, because we're just still working it out. But it's gonna be fun. So the most anticipated 5-channel amplifier, and we will get to.
Then after that, I'm putting it in my suitcase.
And then after that, it will end up in Fernando's suitcase and be in the demo. But then we'll have to ship it back, because that's just how these things roll.
Yeah.
Vega's apparently Hi-Fi Vega is going to be giving something away tonight at 7:30, which would be right after our show. So just wait until our show is over, Hi-Fi, before you give your giveaway, because we end at 7:30. So we'll tell everyone to head over to your channel.
There you go.
T-Mobile is trash. Sounds like
Hey,
fun.
man.
So right now, finally, sorry Tommy, we had a power surge. So right now we got 2 things lined up for September Knowledge Fest.
Yep.
We're going to be doing Sound Digital, Ground Zero. Talk to me tomorrow, Tommy, and figure out when we're going to leave and do all that. And we'll do our 15 hours of fun and excitement in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got audio control lined up for that.
Yeah.
And so the plan. So we're trying to do a whole bunch of neat things on this Knowledge Fest, because it's not going to be a normal one. By no stretch of the imagination is this going to be. Yes, your name is. So by no means is this going to be a normal Knowledge
That's
Fest.
it.
And
That's
if it
right.
happens, I mean, we still have our fingers crossed that this thing actually happens. But it's going to happen.
Well, right
if
now
it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean,
happens.
so all of them are out. But
Yeah.
if it does, we want to have as much fun as we can with you guys. And the manufacturers that
There
are
you
going
go.
to be
See,
there.
like Marty's gonna be there. Ada's gonna be there.
Well,
I
hell,
don't
if
know
worse comes to worse, if it's just us, I mean, it's like it'll be. We'll just do the same thing we did. We'll get a bunch of guys in masks in hotel rooms, and we'll just take turns of everyone yelling at the screen.
See, I
It's
told
like
you, I'm gonna
copy-
buy a Mexican mask. Like
I want a stormtrooper helmet. I'm still
See,
my
went.
plan is when we do our class, I buy us each stormtrooper helmets. We put the mics on the inside, and we do the whole class in our stormtrooper helmets. Not Darth Vader, stormtroopers.
I want a Darth Vader. A short Darth Vader.
All right, I got a XR 9105. Is that not as good as the audio control? Well, it's a 5-channel, so there again, in power-wise, it's not as powerful as the audio control. So the audio control is 1200 by 6, and I'm sorry, not 1200, 120 by 6. That's 70 by 4, 300 by 1.
Yep.
Max power on it is a little high. Master Chief helmet.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah. I'll be Darth Vader.
I'm not doing that one. No, not Master
They
Chief.
said it was something like a Yoda helmet.
No,
I'm
don't make a
small.
Yoda helmet.
Really?
I'd rather buy you a Master Chief at that point. I'll be Darth Vader. Jeff Smith, yeah, you could probably pull that off. Be a little James Earl Jones action.
Do you know
and a
what?
Darth
If
Vader
you
helmet.
find me like an Ant-Man helmet, I will wear it.
No, they have Iron Man. They have Iron Man. They have a like a black Iron Man helmet.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. They're made out of like Russia. These
I have
Russian
one
guys
in
make
pieces.
them. Yeah, dude, they're awesome. Baby Yoda.
No Star Wars.
What's up, Clint?
What's up, Clint?
So, anyways, my Helix DSP has remote in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me get back to that. Our mouse is not working today.
No. What is that all about? Do you run the remote out to both of my amplifiers?
Yes. So a lot of DSPs, a lot of EQs will have an input and an output. And basically what it is it's, for one thing, it's nice because depending on the processor, some of them will have delays built into them where you can actually add a delay. So when it turns on, and then you can add in like a 1, 2, 3, then it turns on. Some of them will already have those built in, so it'll turn on the processor and do all that. So it takes all that inrush voltage that's coming from, let's say, a high level use on it, and then it'll just chill it out, count to 2, and then it'll turn on your amplifier. So that avoids that turn on. So yeah, it also is there because you got whatever coming in. So on DSPs and equalizers, a lot of the times they use like DC offset, signal sense, as well as a remote turn on. What that means is, let's say you're using signal sense or DC offset. That's where you connect to the high level speakers. You're not going to have a remote input. So once it turns on from signal sense or DC offset, it is now having an output to make your life easier to go turn on the amplifiers. So there's a lot of reasons why it's there. But yes, it's an output to turn on the amplifiers if that's the general question, but that's why. Get a Nando helmet. Yeah. What's up from Cincinnati?
What's
Team
up?
with Boba Fett. It's too obvious, man. I don't want to do that. N95 Stormtrooper helmets for the win, right? That was my thought. I thought it'd be cool. Don't get me wrong, those things are stupid expensive. He wants to go as a wrestler.
Oh yeah, man. Why not?
Because they have the whole wrestler thing. I mean, if I suppose we could be a tag team.
I don't know. No.
Why not? I could get the
just a
whole
regular
whole
mask, that's
spandex suit.
Oh, dude.
Go in and do the whole class like that. Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
Nacho Libre,
Never seen
baby.
that before. A lot of them haven't. What's up, Christian? The turn on sound was not 40 hertz test tone done earlier. Okay.
All right. Somebody was mad. I don't know why.
Somebody was mad?
If I didn't respond, you question. Oh, if I haven't, just type it again. All right.
Keep going.
I'm trying to load this one. See?
Ow.
They mad. I don't know why they mad.
Some people just get angry. This thing's still connected? Oh, it is. Oh,
It is?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you
I don't know if
got
it
that
works, but...
one. All right. I'm trying to find. This is like not letting me go.
Oh, yeah. So this kind of works. Look at going from Hertz HSK components to focal access three-way passive.
There you go. That's that.
Is that a lateral move or a step up? Which one is the HSKs? Here, use my phone.
Millis?
Is it millis? If it's millis, it's a step up. I think it's got to be millis.
H what?
HSKs. Don't be mad, chill out, right? Hey, Rey Mysterio, right? Exactly.
Rey Mysterio. See, I'm telling you, I'm the same height. Kind of.
Nando could be Junkyard Dog or Rowdy Piper. Rowdy Piper didn't wear a mask. And he was cool. He did one movie. I don't know, movie trivia. Rowdy Piper starred in one movie. He did High Energies.
There you go.
So High Energies are older. I think that would kind of be a lateral move. I'm not gonna lie. I think that would be like a lateral move. If you're gonna go, you got to go up to the millis.
Old model, high energy.
Yeah,
okay.
high energy old model. No, I wouldn't waste my time on that. That wouldn't be worth going through all the heartache. Power Rangers. Do they have a purple Power Ranger?
Yeah,
they're good sounding speakers. Don't get me wrong. High energies, fanboy, big time. When they got rid of high energies and went to Centos, I was just kind of like,
All right, I'm with Robert McHoy.
What do you say?
If they mad, go to the refund department. Just call them 1-800. I want my refund.
What can I use to integrate a 4-channel amplifier into the fact GMC 14 Sierra non-Bose? 14 is not going to be Amp Pro compatible, so non-Bose. You could use an LC7i. Actually, for that one, you could almost use an LC2i because.
Oh, perfect.
See how it works? So you put 2 fingers on it and you just go like this. All right, so if you have a 2014 GMC non-Bose, the problem that you run into is the door chime. The door chime just goes dong, 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 dong. So if you amplify it, it gets even louder, which sucks. So what you want to do in that car is actually tap off of the rear speakers and then take your front speaker outputs, take one of the speakers you're removing and put it up in the dash off of channel 1, which is the driver's front, or any speaker for that matter, all right? And then fade it to the rear, and you'll still get Bluetooth, OnStar, door chime, and all that will still come from that because that is not fader. It doesn't care about the fader. The fader's only for sound. So you'll still be able to hear everything out of that speaker in the dash, okay? But then the door chime comes out of that and is nice and low and normal, and you amplify up. So an LC2i, as a minimum, would probably be all you need because you just need 2-channel audio. So out of that, you could go into a 4-channel or 5-channel amp, whatever you want to do. 2014. Oh, so 2014 was the first year. Thank you, Jeff Smith. There. So an Amp Pro, it will work on a 2014. So you want an Amp Pro? You could have given me the park number. So, anyways, go check out the Amp Pro GM61. I think Amp Pro GM61, and that'll integrate into that. And you're gonna switch dip switch. Number 3, not 4, 3. Dip switch number. Jeez, oh man, I was having problems earlier today. Dip switch number 3 will take that factory amplifier and allow it to use the most bus feed to feed into it, and you can turn that non-amplified amplified one. The easiest thing to do is just go to the YouTube channel, type in Amp Pro GM61 non-Bose. We have a video that shows you the whole thing.
That is right.
So just do that. Right, William? Can I replace my radio in 2017 Forester and retain steering wheel controls and telematics and get CarPlay? Why would you want to retain telematics? You can retain the steering wheel controls, yes, but I always say bad words. It's not that exciting, Johnny. You can, if you want to retain like the telematic buttons on the steering wheel control, it's all the same buttons. So, yes, you can. Pack-audio.com or check out iData. I think iData makes an interface for that as well, and you can add in gauges because it's a Subaru, and I know a lot of guys like gauges. So check that out. But yes, and then whoever makes a dash kit. Dash kits, you got pack-audio.com, metroonline.com.
All right. I'm gonna.
You got one?
This one because probably that's the one that got mad. All right. Looking for speakers to use in my Silverado crew cab. No amplifier, just out of the head unit. I have a 2440 NEX.
Thanks, Johnny.
Any speaker can work. It's definitely, I don't know what year is the Silverado. Normally they 6.5. It's actually a new one.
Person Dean is a sailor. Thanks, Christian.
Yeah.
But real quick before we get, I'm going to answer that. Someone asked about a Fox box. Have we ever filled the F-150 with polyfill? No, we haven't. We've already run it commando style. Yeah. All right, so if you're keeping the factory radio and it's a GM, what you're going to want to look at... No!
It has an aftermarket radio.
It has an aftermarket radio, but we're not going with an amplifier. Correct?
Correct. It's just straight out of the Pioneer head unit.
You're going to want to look at something that has... You don't need a lot of power handling. So something simple, like like a factory branded speaker. So for example, like a Kenwood Exelon, an Alpine S-Type, a Pioneer TSD, or Kicker CS, Centos from Audison, or something like that is in that sub $100 price point, or below $130 price point.
Good day, Martin. Congratulations, you're on top of the Clean Wire Club.
Oh yeah, is that his? Oh yeah. Yeah, dude, that was awesome.
That was really nice.
I love those RCAs, man.
Yeah.
I want to do those RCAs, but I couldn't figure out where to get the wire from. Like, I hate it. Anyways, Rhode Island.
What's up, Mel?
Kicker coming out with 6x9 component, QS. No, they are going to have RS, or whatever the R series is, the red stripe. Yes, Q's, not as of yet. So, no. No is the answer to that. Power base, good stuff.
Power base,
a lot of plug and play stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Power base would also be good for that GM question.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think they make a plug and play that already has the bracket built onto it. It'll just go right in there. Dude, if you guys are looking for plug and play, like if you're like, I don't want to do all this hardcore, I just want simple, I don't want to buy brackets and all that, Power base, straight up. Power base, all right? That's their thing. They make all the plug-and-play speakers out there. They probably make them for everyone else, too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But, dude, those guys have the most amount of plug-and-play stuff. It's phenomenal. And by plug-and-play, I simply mean you don't have to go out and buy the bracket, buy the speaker, buy the adapter. It's just pull the door off. It'll click into place. Minimal amount of work as far as, like, you might have to move wires around.
All right.
What's up, Tim? Oh, sorry.
Wow, that was loud. Chris Lee, what would you advantage be going with the Helix Pro 3 or the Moscone DSP, a channel, over the JL's ADA? Does the extra bit depth make much difference?
Yeah. Bit depth is everything. So bit depth is everything. I mean, the easiest way to think of... I mean, okay, bit depth is everything. When you look at like a CD, obviously the CD for years and years and years before high res was like look at the CD, look how it sounds, look at the bit depth on the CD. And then we came out with MP3s, which condensed the bit depth and took out all of the fun and excitement. So yes, the bit depth is worth it. And that's the thing that we talk about when you're looking at one of the biggest comparisons we do is the DSR-1 between the audio control. It's double the money, and the reason why is that bit depth, that depth that's added to the music by that better components and processor inside. The bigger, it's just like it widens the sound. It's one of those things that you'd have to be able to A/B between the two, and a lot of guys don't, and those are the guys that say BS, and it's like, whatever, bro. Fine. If you can't hear the difference.
All right. Can you guys make a speaker brackets for 2006 Elantra? Yes, we can. Maybe you can find those, or you can buy it.
Doesn't Metra make them?
MetraOnline.com or Pack Audio.
I don't think Pack has anything like that. I think Metra does. I think that's all Metra.
Yeah, just check. PackAudio.com or MetraOnline.com. That's where we get those.
Better DACs, baby. Better DACs.
Yeah.
Working so fast, Dean, you two need... No, they're not two watches. I'm not CeeLo Green. This one, so this one is a road ID, so that if you find me on the side of the road when I'm running and you're like, oh crap. So it has my name, where I live, the people to call, my allergies, and it says 110% is for pussies. What it says.
Yeah, no. I know. I was just like.
And then this is my watch. So this is my watch. But yes.
It's a difference between a regular television and a 4K television?
Yes. Yeah, that's a good... Yeah, exactly. It is. More resolution. You get more resolution. Bigger bits, man. It's all about the bits. Audio control definitely...
And it's more money.
Sounds better than the DSR-1. I've made the switch.
There you go.
And it's one of those things that you just sit there and it's like... Oh, wow. I mean, you never noticed it before. I mean, I noticed that... Dude, when I went from my... obviously all day long we hear this stuff and it's fine, but when I went from just crap to Tidal, it was like, oh, I've never even heard that part of the song before. And I was playing songs that I hear over and over. I was like, oh, I've never even heard that before, you know. And it was just, I had more bits. I had more bits. It's all about the bits.
Can I use an audio control epicenter with my Pioneer GM D9701 monoblock amplifier?
Why can't you?
Yes.
Does it have RCA input? So we tried really hard last week to make an epicenter integration video to try to answer the questions that you guys ask a lot. And I thought we did a good job, but apparently we might have missed the boat on a few topics because, you know, sometimes there is a disconnect between what we say and what we think you guys will understand what we're saying. So there's always that. But I thought we did pretty good on that one. I thought we covered the bases that if you have, this is how it would set up if you have a radio. This is how it would set up if you have a DSP. This is in the two of them combined would be if you have a radio and a DSP. This is how you'd set it up, and I thought that made sense. Not I mean I thought it did, but I think we missed it just a little bit. Maybe at some point we'll go back and address that. But yes, I mean the idea is that an epicenter, feed it a full range signal or as close to a full range signal as you can. I mean, reality is 160 hertz on up is pretty good. Yeah. Somebody was talking about like 600, and I was like, whatever. Yeah, it's just made. It's a harmonic restoration device. Mm-hmm. Someone asked today, you know, if you have a DSP, why do you need an epicenter? Because they're not the same thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, you know, if you have glasses, do you need hearing aids? It makes that much sense, you know. I mean, technically, yes, I probably do, but for two totally different reasons.
That is correct. Steve, if your Metro doesn't list those, if you're local, you can call Paul, and we can make the brackets. No problem, man.
Do you mix and match parts because it's what is best, or because of the budget? It's going to be a little bit of both to that question. I always try to build the best system possible for the budget. Mm-hmm. I also look at equipment as tools to accomplish the goal that the customer has set forth for us. So after talking with them for a certain amount of time, you kind of get an idea of what it is they want, and then you take products like Lego building blocks and you put them together into this system, as it were. Mm-hmm. And then all the parts are interchangeable. It's just a matter of which one best fits his need. And to me, that's more important than a logo on an amplifier. You know, like, this is nice, it has no logo, so it doesn't matter what it is. It's like, who cares? Certain products, obviously, we favor more than others just because we can do more with them and we have more options available to us. And like I've said it a million times, set yourself up for success, you know? Give yourself the best opportunity to succeed at what you're doing. If you don't, well, it's a struggle and you're going to fail. We all find the hardest ways to do things. Sometimes it's not fun. Mm-mm. You know? If there's something that's like, you know, do this, it's easier. You know, it'll give you a better experience. Then do that.
That is correct. All right. How long do you think it would take me to install a 4-channel amplifier, a monoblock, a set of components, sound deadening the doors and rear hatch, rear coaxial stick harness DSP, and all power ground? Do you think 8 hours it's enough?
What you just described, we take 2.5 days to do.
That is correct.
So that's a 2.5 day job for us. So yeah, I don't know how good you're doing.
I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
Epicenter, how old guys rebase our music before rebasing was cool. Oh yeah, for sure. There's no question about it. I love the Epicenter. Whoever has a budget and brains wins. Damn. Can I mount an amp under my passenger seat in an F2? No. No, that's not gonna fit. Not in a 13. I mean, I don't know how big your amp is. It'd have to be really freaking small. I've seen people try it. It typically looks like crap. That's why we don't do it. But On a Ford, it's on the back wall unless the car isn't capable of doing it. If it's a two-seater, there is room at the base, obviously, because there's no one behind there. But if it's a four-door, it's got to go behind the seat, unless it's that weird one where it can't. But
all right, my son wants to add a subwoofer amplifier to his 2012 Mazda 3 with the Bose system. We'll use an audio control LC 1.800. How to integrate it?
If you're going to use an LC 1.800 into the Bose system, you're done. You don't have to do anything.
It has
it has everything you need on it. So
high level.
An LC 1.800, I hate these chairs, has an LC2i built into it. So it has the high level built into it, has Accubase built into it. It's essentially take your subwires, go into the high level input, and start turning the dials until you get it to sound good. That's all you got to do. It'll take up to like 40 volts of input, so you're cool there. If it's not 40, it's 20, but either way, you're good. And that's it. Our Kicker QS 6x9 is any good. I know a couple guys that have used them, and they really like them. I've only really dealt with the 6.5s personally.
John asked, how was your Father's Day?
It was quiet.
Yeah?
I went for a run in the morning. I met my dad for breakfast.
It's bad for you joints, man.
No, it's not. The heat is what's bad. I got up at 7 in the morning so I wouldn't die.
Yeah.
And by 8 o'clock I was already death. But no, did some. Then I went to the cheap tool store, picked up some stuff that we needed, and
that's cool.
Cool, Tim.
Yeah.
Cool. But no, it was just a normal day. Worked on the Lamborghini.
That's cool. I don't work in the Lamborghini. I just eat breakfast and just have fun with the kids. Yeah, that's cool.
Have you doing steering wheel controls in the 2009 Genesis sedan?
2000 what?
Maybe. As we say, if you have a smartphone, you can always download the PAC app. Go to your app store and type in PAC control after that. And that'll give you access to all the cars that module is capable of working in, along with all the instructions. So it's this app right here. It looks like this, and you can type in, and it will give you all this cool information. You do it right now. How to retune after break-in. So what we try to do is we try to play our cars because a lot of the customers drive distances to get here. So when we try to we play the systems to break them in a lot. Okay, so the thing is most of the time the system is going to loosen up, and it's not going to change that much. Okay, it'll change, yes, but most of the time it changes for the better. If you're listening to something like you've tuned your system and then you've let it play for a month or two, and now it doesn't sound good. That's not necessarily air compressor. Seriously,
come on, man.
That's not necessarily the tune. That's not necessarily the tune. That could just be your taste have changed. Your ears have grown accustomed to it. Things that you liked before you might not like now. So it's just like anything else. You just go back in and start over. I mean, you just approach it as it's a new car, and that you need to go in and tune it and see. You just throw the RTA in there and see what it looks like. See what it looked like. It's like, do you have a spike all of a sudden that you didn't have before? And if you do, just pull it out. Move on.
Yeah.
Dean, what kind of running shoes? I do not run with my toe shoes. I use a brand called Newton. They make a lightweight shoe called the Distance. Right. They have these funky 4 little pads on the bottom of them, so when you run and you land on it, but they have a lot of flexibility, which is what I'm used to. So if we're going to do shoe talk real quick, make sure if you're a runner or you're thinking about being a runner, do not buy one pair of tennis shoes. Figure out how many days a week you're going to run and allow your shoes at least 48 hours to rest between runs. So that being the case, you may need to buy 2 pairs of shoes or 3 pairs of shoes.
How many you have?
I have 3 pairs of shoes because I run almost every day. I will run every day unless something is happening. So last week I got 6 days in. The week before that we had 3 rain days. So I missed 3 days. That totally sucked. So I had to run longer on the days that I did run. All
right, Ted, about the steering wheel controls. Yes, it's the CP2 works in that car. I don't know what they can get it. But yeah.
There you
It
go.
works fine.
Perfect.
You know, I mean.
When is your next marathon? I was thinking about that the other day. That's honestly when I'm running is my time to think and come up with dumb ideas for us to do. And I'm probably gonna wait till
Like driving.
winter sometime. Yeah, because I want to do another one, but it's gonna be a minute because it's just so hot. Thanks for the info on the Epicenter Epicenter SPL. I'm in the high 150s, but I'll probably get away. Okay, pull on. So they do make 3 epicenters.
Okay.
So they make an epicenter in Dash, which has an SPL meter, which is what he's talking about. That's pretty cool. And then they also make a high-level version of the epicenter. I think it's called the Epicenter Plus. And what that does is that has an LC built into it.
Okay.
So if you're wanting to keep your factory stereo and you want it has both though. It has an LC and a set of RCAs. So if you want to add in a sub amp and you want an epicenter, you can add in the high-level version, the Plus. It is more. It's like $100 more because it has an LC built into it, but it's still cheaper than buying a high-end LC.
Yeah.
How did you get into running? Somebody was chasing me.
Yeah.
No. I've always ran, and it's just been one of those things. You know, everyone needs an escape, and I've always enjoyed running. Like most people don't because it sucks.
Yeah.
But you know, I know this is going to seem hard, but I'm a really to myself kind of guy. I don't. I do well in crowds just because I can be the center of the crowd, and if anyone has ever seen me in a crowd or been in any of our classes, I'm great with people. But I like my own time, and running is the only thing I can do where, unless you're the same speed I am, you're not going to want to be near me. So I know it's like the most antisocial sport you can do.
Yep.
And I love it.
That's 100% correct. New to the DSP world, when setting up for the first time, where do I start? Time alignment.
All right, so here's the process when we
start tuning off with the RTA.
Here's the process when we get into a car. So we obviously. You get into the car, you turn on the radio, all right? You need to have your crossover set to a default setting to begin with, especially if you're doing anything. So anytime you power up a crossover or a DSP, you have to walk through the process, meaning you have to go through and you have to assign channels. That's the first step, meaning if you have 2 channels of input and 8 channels of output, or 4 channels of input and 6 channels, you have to assign the channels and what they're going to do, and at the same time add in your default crossover points. Okay, if you're going full active, you should already know what the crossover points are, and you should add them in at that point. If you're going passive active, you should put in your high pass crossover at that point. If you don't know, 80 hertz is always a great place to start. Then you decide on what type of crossover. We always use 24-bit Linkwitz Riley. It's just the easiest. It sounds good. It doesn't give us any phasing problems. It's what we use. You use what you want. That's what we use. Okay. So once you've done that, then if you're retaining balance and fader controls, you check that. So you go with God and make sure that works. If that doesn't work, then you stop and fix that. The next step is to put a polarity disc in and test polarity. Make sure that your speakers are all moving the direction you want. Okay. Now, the difference is that so when you're using a passive crossover is a 12 dB crossover network. In some cases, you will get a phase shift between the tweeter and the mid-range, depending on where they're located. So what they do is most manufacturers, not all, most, will automatically put the tweeter out of polarity with the mid-range. All right. Because it's a phase shift, not a polarity shift. So they'll just flip the polarity to fix the phase shift. All right? If they're both mounted on the same plane, you're probably going to want to leave it. If they're mounted in the dash, you can kind of play with it. But you want to make sure that, okay, so these are popping red, and these are popping green, or these are green, and these are red, and the rears are you want the mid-bass to match. So anyway, so you check your polarity, make sure it's moving the way you thought it was going to move. And if it's not, then you fix it. So it happens, you'll get in the car, this tweeter will be red, this one will be green, and everything else, and it's like, oh, well, you got to fix it. Flip it and call it a day. Or figure out where the problem is. Usually that's what you have to do. Once you're done with polarity, next is enter in your time alignment. Okay, so go in, throw in the numbers. If you don't know how to measure for time alignment, sit down in the chair, preferably you and someone that knows how to use a tape measure, then you're not going to kill. And then have them measure from your ear to the grill and add about 2 to 3 inches, depending on where the speaker was inside of the grill, because you're going to the dust cap of the speaker, okay? And so you have to add inches to that. So add in those numbers. At this point, you have to figure out, we won't even get into whether your DSP takes the numbers or you have to do math and all that other crap. Just let's go with adding your time alignment, okay? You can listen to it at this point now, but it's kind of pointless. More than likely, the time alignment isn't going to sound right because you haven't matched your left EQ to your right EQ. So at this point, we turn on the pink noise. We use a mono pink noise track. And we shut off all the speakers except for one of the driver speakers. So if it's active, we'll start with a tweeter, then move to the mid. So you do this side first, then you move over to this side. And you get these two to get as close as humanly possible to whatever it is curve you're looking for. Now this is where it varies depending on the type of DSP you're using and the type of tuners. There are certain guys that'll just match them, like they won't EQ them. They'll just kind of like, they'll do some weird EQing where they're like, they'll just like this to this. They won't add a curve. They add the curve after because they can like group the signals together. So you need a very unique DSP to do that. So we don't do it that way. We come out with our house curve on this side, and then we match it. The DMRTA allows you to take a screenshot. So you're going to want that screenshot of this so that you can match this to it. And then at that point, I like to get into the car and listen to how it sounds. Make sure, is it imaging right? How does it sound? Is the bass good? Is the mid good? Am I getting everything? And I'll usually sit in there, play, I don't know, 2 or 3 clips from songs and just make sure I'm on the right, everything is working the way it's supposed to. If it is, then I'll hop out and I'll move immediately to the sub and the rear. Usually the rear first, usually the sub first, the rear is always last. Why should I explain polarity and phase aren't the same thing? Because polarity is electrical and phase is time and distance. So polarity is when you physically put the wires on wrong, and phase is something that happens because of positioning or delay or refraction or the crossover. So the result is the same, or the speaker is not moving or not getting, when it's at your ear, it's not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gets fun. Really, you had to go there.
All right. Good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Move on. Damn it, man.
Subaru Crosstech 2020. What at least do I need for my upcoming project? Already brought a Focal Flax 3-way, plan to run active. Focal 12 Flax subwoofer, JL XD800, Helix DSP, Pro controller, and Bluetooth.
I would see if you can find a T-harness. Other than that, I'm hoping it's the base model Subaru, not any of their crazy sound packages that they have. But, I mean, that should be it. Dean is like Walter White of car audio, and Fernando's like Jesse Pinkman, Breaking Bad car audio. Dang. But no, that sounds like a good system. I think it'll be fine. Yeah.
All right. Looking for an input on the 6.5, 6 and 7, 6 and 3/4 hertz Focal V2 audio Frog, Rockford Fuzz. Oh wow, and a
yeah, basically every speaker on the planet.
Yes, an arc audio but in there. Wow.
So every brand you mentioned there is a phenomenal speaker.
Yeah.
We've heard all of them except for the B2s.
I haven't heard the B2.
I haven't heard any B2s,
No.
but all those others are those are all good. Shell mount, kicker sub, kicker L7 is nice. The audio control, the ARC audio is phenomenal.
Yes.
I would either go, if I had to choose between I would either go L7 or ARC. The other two really don't do anything for me.
Okay, yeah.
Does the Camaro get a quad L7? No, it doesn't.
Oh, why not?
What do you think of the silicone baffles? I think they're awesome. We just, we're really committed to the foam ones, so we've just kind of stuck with those.
Oh, there you go. Ada says B2 audio is good.
Yeah, I didn't think that. I didn't think they weren't good. I haven't heard them to judge. Phases a relationship with 2 or more drivers.
This relationship between.
Also has to do with time and distance.
relationship.
So, but there's more to it than that.
It's a ladder relationship.
There's a lot of relationships.
Okay.
But yes, you do have to have two speakers. Both phase and polarity. You have to. I mean, there has to be two drivers.
All right. Tweak 88 4-way full octave. It's separate EQ for each speaker overkill.
No, that's kind of what you need. You have to have that. I mean, keep in mind, guys, the EQs are to make left and right match. Okay, so you have a tweeter that sits 3 feet away from you over there, and a tweeter that, or more, could be 4 feet away from you, and you have a tweeter over here. They're not going to be the same by the time they get to your ear. Plus, you know, like, depending on where they're mounted, there's a lot of work that you have to do. I mean, you know, sometimes you'll sit in the car and you'll go to tune it, or you'll not sit in the car. You'll set up all the stuff, and you know, this bench, and I'll be like, I'll see the passenger door, and it looks great. I'm like, wow, I gotta like make 4 adjustments, and it's like, mwah. And then the driver's door will turn on, and I'll be like, how is this even the same car? Oh my God, this is terrible.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it's as simple as just pulling the volume down. It will fix a lot of it, but most of the time it's not. It's just like, ugh.
All right.
Hey, from Alabama. Go ahead.
Thoughts on using capacitors? Haven't heard you talking about them.
Spray paint can with a voltmeter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean batteries, guys. Buy batteries. Batteries are where it's at. Capacitors, if you need a voltmeter, buy a capacitor. Capacitors have great voltmeters, and they do almost a little bit of something for your electrical system. Not much. What's the best head unit for a Polaris ZR? I mean, Rockford makes a bunch of stuff for the Razor.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about those, and the kicker too, and I'm gonna go throw JL in there as well because I know they make something. I don't know if it's specifically for the Polaris. I know Rockford makes something specifically for the Polaris. The screens on those things are amazing. Like if Kenwood and Alpine, all these radio manufacturers that we have could figure out like how to make. I know they won't because it comes down to price. The price on those screens are silly. Level setting is important too. Well, of course, that's what it, you know. EQ is 31 levels. Turn all 31 of them down.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think the noise thing works as much anymore as it did back in the day, Ada. I mean, you know, these caps nowadays are crap.
See, yeah. Have you dropped the whole container of the wire ferrules on the floor?
Yes.
It is dead.
Yes, I have. Wire butt connectors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what I do? I sweep them all into a corner. Depends. Like
Screws
if they're
too.
Oh God.
Yes.
Jesus. You sweep them all into a corner and then you just debate on whether or not you want to pick them up.
You're like yeah, next time.
I must super cap. So Rockford made a super cap, and the super caps are different. Like if you get one of those big 12 farad caps or 15 farad caps, those aren't too bad. I like those. They actually will do something. But these little spray paint cans are crap. I just recently upgraded
my system.
You got it there?
I just recently upgraded my music, but I'm getting noise of power and engine on it. They told me it was normal for the Jeep with the type of amplifiers I used to test some amplifiers.
It's not normal for the Jeep. It is probably normal for the amplifier. Yes. There again, the better, more expensive amplifiers you buy, the more noise suppression they put in them to take those things into consideration. You put an amplifier that doesn't have a lot of noise suppressant into a vehicle that the computer system in it creates a ton of noise. I mean, a ton of noise. The bussing on that is just like, we can literally take our RTAs and turn down to, the most sensitive they can with the radio off. And you can just look at all the noise that's coming over the bus in the car. And it's ridiculous, okay? And then you add that into an amplifier that doesn't add in any noise suppressant into the amplifier, and that's what you get. You get noise.
RCAs.
When you have, there again, in a lot of these amplifiers, the gain control doesn't work the way as the normal gain control. They're already on. They're just adjusting level. So yeah, you can, if you're not careful, yeah, you can get noise. Illuma Pro 15, yeah, 15 cap. Yeah, for sure. Those were, yeah. Caps can drain your bank account. Someone asked about lithium. There again, I haven't done anything with the lithium stuff. I know Vega and Big D Wiz have. Another guy on here is Mel has played with them too, I think. It's just not my thing. Well, yeah, okay. So we still got 15 minutes, Christian. But I mean, we started late, I guess. I don't know. Oh no, we don't because we went 15 minutes.
Yeah,
all right, so we got. I'm sorry, my bad. Good call, Christian. So we got. Yeah, we want to make sure we end this on time. Yep. So, all right. So apparently, those of you guys that follow Vega on his channel, I guess he's doing something at 7:30 where he's going to be giving away something. So for those of you guys, we're going to end the show here so that we don't overlap each other.
The Irish guy, yes,
Kicker Key is perfect for that.
Yep,
KSCS, dude, any speaker. Kicker Key is awesome. We can talk more about that another night, but we're gonna end it here, guys. Thanks so much for joining us on Monday night. DNF Tool Drawer is a place you can find all the cool tools we use. And then Patreon is a place you can go to support the show. Teespring/store/5 stars is a place you can go to pick up your shirts. You still have time to get your 4th of July shirt. If you caught 12V Talk last week, both Vega and Big D Wiz were wearing them. Giveaway, unboxing, press. Yeah, okay.
There you go.
I'm sure we're not qualified for it, so it doesn't. Plus, I'll be driving home. But anyways, head over to Hi-Fi Vega's channel right now on the YouTubes. I'm thinking, is it YouTube? Be nice if he put up a link.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just saying, right? Anyways, that's it, guys. You can find us on, I don't know why I'm doing this. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram, 5-Star Car Stereo. We go on there almost daily, and we answer questions and talk about cool stuff that's happening in the Bay. Head over to Hi-Fi, youtube.com/Hi-Fi Vega, and check out his show. It's going to go live now in a minute. So we're going to end it here. Thanks for watching, guys. You have a wonderful week. We'll catch you back Saturday.
Bye. Large and medium.
Yeah, large and medium.
Large.
Large. I'm still large.
There you go.
Yeah,
He's still large.
Dude.
And I'm a medium.
Do something. Hit the stop button.
Can you do it?
I'm trying.
Jesus. Well, you got the remote right there.
I know. It's not working now. I think the battery in this died.
Hang on. Yeah. Well, let's answer
there you
another
go.
question.
Hit stop.